on.
Hooray!
Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to the program. Episode number 40 of the Deron Harris Podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in for another installment. Today we're going to be talking about something that has become a little more prominent in today's society. We are going to be discussing artificial intelligence, or AI, and machine learning, and where we're going. You know, is it going to do for us? What can it do for us? What has it already done for us? The pros and cons of artificial intelligence, and of course, the Terminator factor. But first, I want to do a quick, fast mental health check. Everything was all right this week. I did have an appointment, but everything seemed to go okay. How was your mental health? I hope that it was good. I hope that everybody had a productive week. I hope that there were no breakdowns. I didn't have any. I was really good this week, actually. Got some things accomplished. Some things that I had wanted to get finished. I'm starting to lean into some of the things that I used to do before, and that's a direct result of the medication that I'm taking, giving me it makes me want to get up and do stuff. So, but shout out to the medication for working. I think that's pretty dope. While I am on shout outs, got a couple of shout outs today. I want to shout out Damar Hamlin. If you guys are not familiar, a few weeks ago during a nationally televised football game, a player collapsed on the field and had to be hospitalized. That player was Damar Hamlin. And I want to shout you out, brother, because I hope that you're doing better. I hope that you're recovering nicely. Hopefully we'll see you on the field again. But don't you get out there until they figure out what's wrong with you, because they haven't really figured out what's wrong with him yet. So, healthcare in this country. Let me stop fucking with those people. Because you never know when I might need some healthcare. But they don't exactly know what happened with him, but they are currently running tests, as they like to do, run some tests. And it's good because hopefully they can get down to the bottom line of some of the injuries that have been happening in football lately, because a few people have collapsed and died on the field, which is always startling because a lot of times football athletes, we think of them to be in their top physical shape and they're at the peak of their performance, et cetera, but there are some factors that are hidden, some hidden factors. Sometimes they're even hidden from the people that have them. And they never show up until they show up. And I think that this was one of those incidents. So I want to shout you out, brother Damar. I hope that you're recovering nicely. Like I said, God bless you, and we wish you a happy, speedy recovery. I also want to shout out to Kanye West. I've been riding this motherfucker for a while. I want to shout out Kanye, but I want to congratulate him. I want to congratulate Kanye on his brand new marriage. I want to congratulate him on his out of the blue ass wedding. This dude is, I don't know, man. He needs to stop. My wife said he needs to go to sleep. He just needs to lay it down and go to sleep. I think he needs to calm it down. Really, I mean, he's obviously looking for something, and he's looking for something that people aren't really necessarily able to give him, and it's frustrating him, and it's starting to chip away at him. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. And besides that, the woman that he actually married like some lady that worked on one of his clothing line or something like that, the Yeezy something, I don't know. But her name is Bianca Censori. This guy made a song about her at the end of 2022, but not too long ago, he was dating somebody else. So, I mean, I guess that's how frivolous love and dating and sex in Hollywood is. You could just be in love with somebody 1 week and 3 weeks later you marrying somebody else. I guess that's how it works. And to make matters even worse, the lady that he married looks a lot like his ex-wife, Miss Kardashian. It just looks like he's reaching to try and find that type or that type again. I guess that's his type or what he's really searching for. And you're not going to find it, bruh. It's not out there. It's out there, but you had your chance, you lost it, and now that shit is gone. And like my wife said, you need to lay it down and go to sleep and calm it down for a little while. I think that you need to get on some medication. I think that you might need to go talk to somebody if you're not talking to somebody already. I think that would do you some good. I think talking to people, I talk to people. It helps me out. It does me tremendous. It does me, it works wonders sitting down and having, to talk to people about things that are bothering you or things that you really can't get out because professionals have a knack for or the ability to help you pull out a lot of things that you have held suppressed for years, decades. I know that I've had some things that were suppressed for decades. Really a long ass time. And just recently, we've started discussing those things, and they're a little hard to discuss, but the more that we discuss them, the easier it gets for me, the more I feel like I could possibly be, kind of getting past this stuff, all this, the mental anxiety and the depression and things of that nature. It just seems like everything is starting to kind of shake out a little bit. Not at any rapid pace, but I noticed that there has been some change. So I do wholeheartedly encourage you, Kanye, to go talk to a motherfucker, man, or take some medicine, man, or something. Go to Tibet or some shit. Climb a fucking mountain or something, dude. Do something else. But I think what you need to do right now so you can get back to being who you are, and this is how I really feel. I think you need to disconnect from Hollywood and music for a minute and all these people that come with all of that and just try and get into yourself. I know you wasn't right after your mom's passed, and bruh, I feel that, you know what I'm saying? But I really want you to start trying to get past that and start internalizing that you are worth a damn, dude. You are having a rough patch, and that's what is the general consensus. And that's what I believe. I think you're having a rough patch, but the rough patch could last indefinitely if you don't seek some sort of help or guidance or something, man, to kind of turn it around. Otherwise, it's going to be Kanye West, working at, the motherfucking liquor store back around the way in Chicago, man. It's going to be like, remember that dude Kanye? Well, I hope not. I hope you never get back down there but yo, it could really happen, bruh. It could really happen. And you're accelerating it. You're speeding towards that. You're headed that way. So I hope you're able to pull out of the downward spiral soon. Otherwise, you're just going to hit the deck, homie, and that's going to be it for Kanye. So shout out to Kanye West and his new bride, and congratulations on your wedding. Today's Dope Shit Award, though, that was dope, Kanye, what you did. But today's Dope Shit Award goes to Joe Biden, believe it or not. And it's not for anything that he did presidentially or anything like that. It's just because he's cool as fuck in the face of any adversity. He's just cool. He's Joe Cool. That motherfucker is cool. They came up with some documents. We have some. I know, motherfucker. I know y'all got documents. They was in the garage with my Corvette. You see my Corvette sitting right there? Right. That's right. They was sitting in there. They ain't nobody see him. You motherfuckers got cameras on my. No, they sitting right there. I knew they was there. Just cool. But yes, Donald Trump, he has, and everybody's up his ass. I don't give a damn about that. You know what I mean? It's cool, man. Al Roker just got out of the hospital and shit, man. Did you hear Lisa Marie Presley died? We're going to have some sort of, commemoration or some sort of celebration of life for Lisa Marie Presley. But he just be sidestepping all that shit about the shit that I don't think he really knows that he's in trouble or gets that he's in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he really gets it. I think he thinks that it's not that serious. And maybe he gets that from his predecessor. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he gets that from, the dude that was in office right before him. Maybe so, because that dude just was like, he was ridiculous with it. I don't care. I declassified those things. And that's the difference, though. To me, that is the huge difference. The difference is Trump lied. He lied and tried to cover shit up. Joe Biden stepped right into it. Trump was like, I declassified those with a fucking crayon that I wrote on the front of the folder with, or whatever it was. Joe Biden just said, yeah, I got them shits. I forgot, but they ain't going nowhere. They sitting in there in the garage with my Corvette. You see? Period. He just don't care. He just don't give a damn. And that to me, I can only hope to reach that level of cool, because sometimes, really, my cool just goes all the way out the window, especially like when you get in trouble and shit, you start babbling. He don't babble or nothing. That motherfucker just takes his time and is just like, yo, it's all good, baby. Yeah, that's right. These aren't the droids you're looking for. Hell yeah, these still ain't the droids you're looking for. So, but they're always trying to get somebody on something. It just seems like recently, as in recent years, we just been putting people in office that I don't really think deserve to be in office. I know everybody's going to disagree. A lot of people are going to disagree with me, or at least half of y'all. But I think Obama probably was, top 5 presidents ever. Top 5 ever. Definitely top 1 for black people. Number 1 for black people is Barack Obama. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many other presidents that fucked it up. And Obama was no exception. He fucked some shit up. Trump was no exception. He fucked some shit up. Joe Biden is no exception. He's fucking shit up. He's fucking it up. He's really fucking it up. It will be miraculous to me if he gets reelected. If he gets, I really don't want Trump back in office. I really don't. Honestly, it's not even quiet as it's kept. It's common knowledge. I'm not really fans of the Republican Party and their ideologies. I do have Republican friends, and they're cool and everything, but I just don't like their ideology behind the politics. And that's fine. We can disagree like that, but I don't want any Republican really in the office, because they really don't give a fuck about me, period. They don't give a fuck about me. The politicians, anyway. They don't care about me. They don't care about people that look like me. They don't care about people that have the same skin tone as me, the same hair texture as me. They don't give a fuck about me. So I'm looking for people to give a fuck about everybody. You don't have to necessarily give a fuck about me, but you got to give a fuck about everybody. And at least Joe Biden tries to pretend like he cares about everybody. You know what I'm saying? So Dope Shit Award this week goes to Joe Biden. Smoking cool Joe Biden. That's right. Joe Biden for president. Anyway, this week's earbuds I've been listening to, dug back in the crates, because I recently started brushing off the DJ muscles, trying to get my DJ skills back up, because I'm going to start trying to submit some mixes like I used to, trying to do some of the things that I used to do before, all this other stuff in my life kind of, hit. So now I'm trying to get back to the things that made me who I was. One of those things was music, DJing, producing music also. I produce music also. So slowly but surely, as per my therapist, start trying to incorporate some of the things that I used to do back into my life to see if that increases my level of happiness or will give me more motivation or a better sense of accomplishment. And I really do appreciate that. I've been listening to Dr. Dre for years, but I was downloading some music the other day, and I listened to some new stuff that he's got, and his rap skills, his rap skills. I mean, he's not necessarily been the greatest rapper, and you can definitely tell when he got with Eminem because his rap skills definitely got better, but his beat making skills has always been on fire. Like always been on fire. Like straight burning it down. Everything he puts out is a hit because that motherfucker could just make the shit out of a beat. I dig that shit. I think his fire is good for music. And not for nothing, he's close to my age, and he had a stroke last year. Yeah, Dr. Dre had a stroke, y'all, and I was just like, wow. Because we close to the same age, and I'm not trying to be stroking out and shit. And not for nothing, he got money and shit and can go to the hospital and doctor and get that shit taken care of. If I have a stroke, that's just gonna be a wrap. That's just gonna be it for me. So, I gotta do something fast before I start reaching the age, which I already am, where strokes and heart attacks and shit like that just jump out of the fucking blue at you. So, trying to get my shit back in order like Dr. Dre though, but even still he's in shape. He was in shape and still had some issues, but even after the issues it still didn't hurt nothing. I mean, he had a stroke, it bounced off his chest and shit like, I'm still Dr. Dre, motherfucker. It was crazy because, most people, my grandfather had a stroke and then he lost the ability to talk. He could only say one word after he had a stroke, and I was so young that I never knew him to speak any other words besides the one word that he could speak. He couldn't speak anything else. And he did live for a long time afterward, but like I said, he could only ever say one word. But Dr. Dre just retained all of Dr. Dre. I don't know. He didn't even get no lazy eye behind it. He was all right after that shit. I think that's remarkable and quite characteristics of an alien, somebody not of this planet. And I tell you what, Dr. Dre, he got to be from outer space because that dude is just, he's on point with everything. So I've been listening to the Chronic album, which is I think it was his first solo album. And he's got some features on it. Snoop is on it, Corrupt is on it, a bunch of people is on it. But the vibe of the album, not necessarily his rap skills. I don't give a fuck about the rap skills. Even though they were decent, the vibe itself of the album was just like no other vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like Dre Day, that's listen, nobody has that. Nobody had that vibe, man. Nobody had that vibe for long. The whole album was just dope as fuck from one track to the other. And the cool thing I liked about it is he banged out all them tracks. He banged out all them tracks, produced his own record, got that shit, and then for real, crushed the game with it. And like I said, he didn't really have to have super duper rap skills. He could rap, but as far as in the realm of top 100 rappers, I got to put Dr. Dre down, to 70s, 80s, maybe 90s. I don't know, but he definitely is. He's definitely, like I said, his rap skills have come up, with years of hanging around like fire ass MCs and making albums for them and basically turning them into superstars. Eminem was huge. He would have probably been huge, but Dr. Dre was the reason that he is so huge. Same thing with 50 Cent. 50 was in New York for years and years and years, had a half, trying to get on, doing little mixtapes, little features here and there. He was crazy. He was the crazy motherfucker in New York. And then it took Dr. Dre to say, listen, let me get a 50 Cent a chance. A dude from the East Coast after that big East Coast, West Coast battle, with NWA even. NWA, they went to New York and them motherfuckers got jumped up or some shit long time ago. But he still got love for the East Coast. And I dig that. I think that shit is a class act. And if you guys get a chance to jump on, I just went on YouTube and just put on YouTube Music and just listen to I listened to like a lot of his other stuff and stuff that he did with other artists also, stuff that he produced with other artists. But I just went straight to listen to his album. And again, and like I said, it's going to be new, it's going to be old. I'm an old dude, but I do like new music. But if you got to ask me, the new music, y'all got a lot of learning to do, young boys. Y'all got a lot of learning to do. You know what I'm saying? So everybody talking about, these old heads in hip-hop, they need to sit it down. Nah, you young dudes in hip-hop need to sit down and listen is what y'all need to do. So come up with some substance. I'm going to move right along into the strain of the week. This week's strain was London Pound Cake. Yes, I got some London Pound Cake from Liberty Health Sciences. That's a dispensary that I go to. One of the dispensaries that I go to. It is a hybrid, and it seems to me like it's a sativa dominant hybrid because it was relaxing. I had a fun time. I laid down and watched television and was lethargic for a while. I got up for a minute and ate something and then laid back down and closed my eyes briefly and opened them and laughed for a while and then closed my eyes again. And then I woke up in the morning. So it's really, really relaxy if you're not looking to relax. But like I said, I did enjoy it. It didn't help a lot with pain. I'll just be honest with it. Didn't help a lot with my pain. My back is still twisted the fuck up, and it's probably just gonna end up being like this. Some strains do help, but a lot of them are starting to tucker out, and I don't want to take any heavy medication for pain or anything like that because painkillers eventually end up killing motherfuckers if they abuse it or, sending them to Skid Row, and I'm not trying to end up on Skid Row or dead or no dumb shit like that because I got hooked on oxycodone or some stupid shit. So, but the strain itself, it was 23% THC, but the terpenes on it were 2% like a 2 for the terpenes. And if you know anything about above 1.7 in terpenes is pretty decent, and the higher it gets, the better it gets. So this had a terpene profile of 2.0, and it was all right. Sat down, chilled, like I said, relaxed. I actually made a beat. I made a beat on some like Lalo kind of beat though, not no hard fire shit. But I made some like love song kind of shit. That's what it did. It made me make love songs. It makes love songs. It's love song weed. So, and also, I will tell you, lemon pound cake is good for the freaky. Yeah, that's right. Good for the freaky. Cause I don't know. My wife, I guess 30 minutes after, my wife was like, "Yeah, what you doing, boy? What you doing? What your name is?" She had me in there feeling like the woman for a while, which is a pleasant change from time to time, because I'm always going at her, but this time she was really coming at me, and I'm about to get more of this London pound cake because that's a pretty good feeling to know that you are wanted by your woman. So this week's strain of the week, again, is London Pound Cake. It is a hybrid. It is 23% THC and 2.0 on the terpene profile. I strongly recommend it. Get it if you are able. If there's a Liberty Health Science close to you, they should have it. If not, they'll be able to tell you when it comes in. So if you're able to pick it up. You won't be disappointed. I'm going to take a quick, fast break, and when I come back, we're going to get into what's popping this week, which is the rise of AI and what it means for the human race. You are listening to the Deron Harris Podcast. I'll be right back.
Ashley, wake up! You're going to be late for class.
Ugh, I don't want to go to class today.
Come on, we have our presentation today we need to do in class. Come on!
Just leave me alone.
Here, just eat this.
Why? What is it?
It's a Snickers. It'll help. All right, are you feeling better now, Ashley? Ashley?
I've been ready. Hurry up. We have a big project.
Coming.
You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Hey, folks, welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back. All right. We talking about AI this week. We are talking about artificial intelligence. And the reason I'm talking about artificial intelligence this week is because I've been looking on Facebook and I've been seeing all these people with these animated portraits of themselves. They have all these animated portraits. And I know you ain't no motherfucking artist, but so what it is it's AI, or artificial intelligence generated artwork. And that shit to me is crazy. And really what it is machine learning. Now, people are like, what is AI or machine learning? AI is artificial intelligence. And really what it is, it's a simulation of human intelligence by a computer. And that's what it is. It's basically a computer mimicking human intelligence. And it does it pretty fucking good. I mean, really, it really does. It makes some humans look dumb, actually. It's kind of crazy that, some humans is out here getting, outsmarted by a fucking computer, on some shit that they should fucking know about that they don't. I think it's funny. Motherfuckers counting on their fingers. I'm that dude. I be counting on my fingers and the computer just be like, click, 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 done. And I'm still counting on my fingers. But I think AI, if you're not familiar with AI, or you're wondering what an example of AI is, there's two types of AI. There is soft AI and then there's hard AI. The soft AI is like, like all these apps in your phone that make little pictures, and Siri and Cortana and all of these voice activated assistants. They are all on an AI platform. They are all created by AI, it's all a form of artificial intelligence. And it's really good at doing what it's told. It's really good at doing what it's told. It is not good at thinking up its own shit. It's got to be told what to do. So, it's cool that it can do shit, but it has to be told the shit to do. And that's because, it really doesn't it's not self-aware. And that's the thing. Is it self-aware? I don't think it's self-aware. So it doesn't know how to think for itself. It thinks for us. It is it's a thing that thinks for us in record time and can do things and do processes, in a fraction of the time that it would take us to do. Like little menial tasks that we hate doing. It does it without complaining. And it'll do it all day and all night and all day and all night. It'll keep doing it. It'll do it. And that's what it's designed for. And there are algorithms that are made to provide certain information or what's the word I'm looking for? That will teach basically this computer how to interact. It'll teach you how to interact. It'll teach, not you, but it'll teach how to interact. And really it's collecting. What it does is it collects things. It collects information and it archives that information. And then what it does is it learns that information and then it repeats the process. It continues to repeat the process. A lot of people can do that. People can do it. That's what a job is. You go in, they fucking train your ass, and then you do the job. The problem with that is motherfuckers like to get an attitude. And they like to be late to work, and they like to quit on motherfuckers, and the list goes on. So in certain instances, we are seeing AI start to take over for the human race in certain areas. They're taking our fucking jobs. You can't call nothing no more without somebody picking up, hi, please press 1 to talk with an, you know what I'm saying? I want to talk to a person, really. Some AI pisses me off, and you can keep that shit. I want to talk to a person when I log onto the phone. I don't want to pay my bill online. I want to talk to a motherfucker so he can explain to me what my bill is about. I don't want to try to finagle, all right, dude, to this AI, because you don't understand what I really be talking about. They understand certain things. But they don't understand everything. Like, you could get by AI on some Ebonics, just like you can get by spell check, which is a form of artificial intelligence. You could get by that shit, though, with Ebonics or different dialects or, different ways of saying things, different ways of doing things. But eventually, with the miracle of machine learning, eventually it will learn. It will learn these things. They're trying now to develop a computerized brain, and you motherfuckers need to pump your brakes. You need to pump the brakes on trying to make an artificial human that can think for itself. Because as soon as it becomes self-aware and realizes that we're a bunch of fucking idiots, it's going to be the fucking Terminator around this bitch. It's going to be the Matrix around this motherfucker. We all going to have shit jacked into the back of our heads. Now there are people who say that this won't happen, but I'd say this. If you keep fucking with shit, it's going to happen. It happens. If you keep fucking with shit, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? If you keep pushing something, eventually the shit is going to fall off the edge. You know what I'm saying? And they're keeping on. People are so in awe of themselves for being able to create this intelligence. And it is really cool and super spectacular, but eventually it's going to cost us something. Eventually it's going to come to a head, especially when jobs are cut because of AI. It's a kind of a double-edged sword. Now I was just talking about soft AI. Now, there's hard AI also, like your autonomous cars, like cars that drive themselves. Now, that shit right there, that's some pretty heavy-duty AI, and that's some pretty heavy-duty machine learning right there. You got to learn some shit. Like, a Tesla is smarter than Siri. I just go, Siri's pretty fucking smart, but a Tesla is a lot smarter than than Siri. Not in theory, than Siri. How about that? But it would be. But it handles heavier things, like heavier processes. The hard AI, and with good reason, because there's a lot of shit out there that needs to be completed, that it takes rooms full of motherfuckers to complete, that this AI can complete in a couple of minutes. Like, for instance, going back to these apps on your phone. It takes this app a matter of minutes to create a realistic a hyper-realistic rendition of you, or a replica of your face, painted like, Michelangelo, whoever would have painted it, where it would have taken Michelangelo maybe 3 months, 2 months to paint a masterpiece. This stuff is just cranking them out every couple of minutes. And the thing about that is it's generating revenue. These things are generating revenue without people really having to do much except for download and type a sentence of what they are looking for. I have like right when the Web3 shit was coming out, I did a podcast and I was jumping on the Web3 to see what the metaverse was about, and started noticing that there was a bunch of artwork, but then I started noticing that there was a bunch of artificial intelligence that was generating the artwork. And I downloaded one that I have called an AI, like I think it's called the AI generator, and it generates people. It generates people from, like, people you've never seen. You can design a person's face, design another person's face, breed those two faces together, and make another person that does not exist. And it's a realistic rendition or painting of a person that really doesn't exist. And that is all done with artificial intelligence. It just takes all these things and meshes and puts them together. It separates all the information, categorizes it, and then it puts out the information. That shit is amazing. That's essentially what a computer does. But Artificial intelligence is able to do it. Once it's told, it'll just do it. It'll do it until you tell it to stop. And that's an issue. I mean, it's an issue for me because what if one day they do decide to run us the fuck over? You know what I'm saying? What if they do decide to take over the world? Nobody's going to tell them to stop. You know, right now we worried about trying to fight each other on some, new civil war or whatever the bullshit is, when we should be worried about all this intelligence that we're seeing. All of this technology. We need to start keeping our eyes open with technology because not all technology is good. And that's the truth. Not all technology is beneficial to the human race. So it's very, very important that we keep our eyes open and call it out. Question things. If something doesn't seem right to you, speak it out, because they're just doing whatever they want. And every so often we read in the news, oh, such and such, they're going to use old mines for something. Oh, well, yeah, who the fuck said that? Or we're going to go to Mars and we're going to build Oh, yeah, who said that? Who does Mars belong to? And that's what the fuck it is right there. I'm going to tell you right now. People are all these different countries on Earth are trying to stake their claims on all these other places. But you know what? And eventually what's going to happen is even in the spaceships, even on the launch pad, we're going to start seeing artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is going to start driving the stuff. They're going to start driving ships. And I mean, this is in the future. Of course, this is in the future. I'm a futurist, so this is in the future. But it's going to come to pass. If a fucking meteorite doesn't slam into this motherfucker, it's going to come to pass. It's going to happen. There's going to be artificial intelligence everywhere. There's going to be robots in the homes. There are going to be all these things that we've seen in the movies. We're going to see all these things come to fruition. I used to watch a show a long time ago on the History Channel called The Prophets of Science Fiction. And what it was about all these dudes who made all these groundbreaking movies with like special effects and da-da-da-da, and all of that shit. And all the technology that has come to pass since those things, like all kinds of shit. Right now they're working on the Star Trek replicator. And they're coming pretty fucking close. The turbo lift is, that's some serious shit. We are not teleporting yet. We don't have the transporter room, but there are several mathematical equations on the earth that have never been solved by human beings. And I believe that those equations hold a lot of different secrets, like the secret to go faster in space, the secret to light speed, or the secret to teleportation, or, whatever, a lot of these other, things in physics that are not able to be explained. Like, technically in space, we should be able to do this, but we can't do it here on Earth. But technically, because of the theory, we should be able to do this, but we're on Earth and we really can't fucking do that shit. But technically, we should be able to. Well, maybe the AI can help us figure these things out. And that's what I think is going to happen, is with AI is going to come a lot of new technology that has been produced by AI. And for that, shit. The world is about to be on some crazy. So how does it work? AI works by, it really, like I said, it collects amounts of training data. And that's really what it is. It collects training data. And that's all it does. It collects training data, and it learns. And it learns based off of the training data how to interact, or how to put forth, the interactions that they have on the day-to-day basis. And got to turn the page here because I got some pros and cons of artificial intelligence. Now, that, believe it or not, everybody, there's some people who are like, oh, AI is going to save the world, and other people are like, AI is going to condemn the world, it's going to destroy it. There are some pros and there are some cons. And currently, right now, the cons outweigh the pros by one that I'm seeing. And there was a website that I was looking at not too long ago. I forgot the name of it, but it came up with a pros and cons list, and they're right. And this is not so much in so many words, but this is pretty much what it is. One of the pros is it's good at jobs where it takes a great amount of detail, like a great amount of focus, a great amount of concentration, at a rapid speed, at a pretty decent clip. So they're very important to do jobs like that. The con of this, though, of artificial intelligence is that it's expensive. Another pro is it cuts the time of calculating data, and that's pretty much most computers. But AI, I mean, it can not only it can do the math, but it can break it down too, which is great. Another pro is you get consistent results. If you tell it to do something, like I said, it's going to do everything you tell it to do. Unless you make a mistake, it's going to do exactly what you tell it to do. So if you tell it to do whatever it's supposed to do, and you instruct them to do it the correct way, that's exactly what you're going to get every time, every single time. You're going to have the greatest level of consistency that you've ever seen, and I think that's a very positive thing. But one thing about AI, it's still kind of a new technology. And one of the cons is there's not enough people really to work on these things. There's some AI technicians out there, artificial intelligence technicians, but there's not like a slew of them, it's not like a whole bunch of people out there. So if really, honestly, you're looking to get into something, AI, artificial intelligence development might be a really good option for a lot of people, because it's only going to snowball. It's only going to snowball. Eventually, we're going to start seeing R2-D2 and C-3PO walking around this motherfucker. Mock my words. We already got people, making robots dance, and little robot dog dances also. And I saw another thing with an autonomous dog, and that they were shooting it with stuff, and when they were demonstrating how capable it was for war. And that in itself was very scary. That would scare the shit out of me. Just something that you can shoot multiple times and it doesn't die and it continues to pursue you. Yeah, you can keep that. So that to me is kind of a con. Another pro is it allows, how do I want to put this? I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Everything that it stores, everything that it ingests, everything that it consumes is always available, no matter what it is, no matter how much of it is. It will spit it right back out. You know what I'm saying? It's always right there at the drop of a hat. Clickety click, clackety clack, enter, there it is. Because that's its job. But another con is it only knows what you show it, and it can't generalize. It can't make a distinction between one work task and another work task. Not yet, anyway. But it can only perform the tasks that you give it. Excuse me. Got a burp here somewhere. I ate some stuff earlier, and it's coming back to talk to me. But, yeah. So, is it a positive thing? Is it a negative thing? Is it too early to tell? Well, a lot of that remains to be seen for a lot of people. But for me, I think AI or artificial intelligence could help. There's an artificial intelligence podcast called the AI Report. And they had it's two AI reporters. They're obviously AI, and they deliver the news. They deliver tech news. And they announced the other day that there's about to start being artificial intelligence lawyers. They're going to start doing it. They're going to start moving towards autonomy. And it's just, wow. Wait till it hits medicine. Wait till it hits medicine. You know? So it's very scary. The future is coming. People don't like change, but shit is changing at the most rapid pace, I believe, in history. It's like every other week some shit is in style, and 2 weeks later that shit is out of style. I read an article the other day that says skinny jeans are dead. Really? That's all I got. My fucking wardrobe is skinny jeans. That's all the fuck I wear, really. Skinny jeans and sweatpants. Really? I can't wear my jeans outside no more without getting ridiculed and talked about? Bullshit. And the reason that's bullshit because I just don't care. But, you know, artificial intelligence, they gave that up. They gave it up, they told. So they're going to start knowing a bunch more shit. They're going to start knowing how to do shit without us. And once they start learning to do shit without us, that's when we need to start watching out. Right now, shit is cool. You know, right now, shit is cool. There's other things that are fucked up that people are trying to do here on Earth that could possibly fuck us up, which is that Large Hadron Super Collider. They're trying to make fucking the Big Bang Theory here on Earth that created the universe. Well, you know, if you're successful, it creates a fucking universe, which may possibly swallow this one or destroy. We don't know, but they're out there fucking doing it. Technology is scary. Motherfuckers are scary. Sometimes people are too smart for their own good. Stop it. Calm it down. Anyway, that's pretty much it on artificial intelligence. A lot of us, we use it every day. You know, I mean, I use Siri almost every day to help me, you know, keep my time or, remind me to take my medication or whatever it is. Siri is always available. And so is Cortana and Google Assistant and et cetera, so on and so forth. It's out here and it is here to stay. So either get with the program or log the fuck off. That's going to do it for what's popping this week. I'm going to take another break, and when I come back, relationship goals, RV life with the wife. You're listening to the Deron Harris Podcast.
Hi, I'm Dave. I was once a scroll troll, lost in countless amounts of social media videos, feeling triggered by other people's feelings and opinions about topics I would enjoy. I would lash out and give feedback every time. To feel so attached to what others were saying was dangerous for my mental health. Choosing to leave social media and my connected devices for a day gave me a perfect detox and allowed me to become more set in reality. No more stressing over comments, just relaxation knowing that I cannot let others' opinions bother me, giving me a sense of protection from the negativity. I feel like I've strengthened my mentality. So if you ever feel the pressure of social media controlling your emotions, remember, you have a choice to put the device down and pick up life.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. I'm back. So yeah, man, AI, artificial intelligence, that shit is gonna take over the world. Watch what I tell you, me and my psychic abilities. All right. We are gonna move right along to relationship goals. This week, our weeks are pretty much the same. We don't really fight a lot. You know, we communicate, we laugh all day, and I've said that all the time. So what I'm gonna start doing is I'm going to start maybe reading other people's relationship goals and seeing what they do for their relationship that makes their that strengthens their relationships, because I don't have all the answers and I don't know everything, but I do want to know quite a bit. So with that being said, I am going to do the first one. Somebody said to me for a relationship goal or something to help make your spouse feel special is go. Now this is, and it's virtually free now. It's virtually free. It ain't gonna have to cost you a bunch of money. You can take $1, and you go to Home Depot and you get a packet of flowers, and you grow some flowers in the backyard, and they grow during the summertime, or you get the ones that they grow and you make yourself a little flower garden. And what you do is every few days when the flowers come out, you pick those flowers and you take them in to your wife or your girlfriend or whatever. And that right there, you ever seen a woman's face when she gets flowers? Her heart just melts. And it doesn't really have to be for anything just because. It should be just because. I just decided I wanted to give you some flowers today. And you don't have to go to the fucking florist or the grocery store to get flowers for, blah, 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 blah. You can go to Home Depot and get like a rose bush. You can get several rose bushes and have roses. what I'm saying? They got everything you need to grow shit properly right at the Home Depot or Lowe's. One of the two. So I think that people should start trying to find alternative things. I'm seeing a lot of laziness in relationships, man. You could tell like laziness in a relationship is when motherfuckers don't really want to do shit for you. You know what I mean? And that's obvious, but they don't want to do shit with you. You know what I'm saying? They're content being by themselves or when you're not around. You know what I'm saying? And relationships need chemistry. They need vitality. They need a spark. They need a push regularly. They need to be remade and rediscovered and reinvented constantly. I mean, just like a human body, we are constantly, remaking ourselves or turning ourselves into a better version, or trying to turn ourselves into a better version of ourselves. And that's what I want for this segment of the podcast. All you guys out there that are having problems, I want you guys to start internalizing how to be thoughtful and how to be thankful for having the woman that you want in your life. Now if she not the one for you, let that bitch go, because she probably is the one for somebody else, and you holding that bitch, and somebody's probably holding yours. So if they not for you, let them go, man. Let them bounce. Let them bounce. If they come back, all right then. But if they don't come back, let their ass bounce, and congratulations and good luck. Because I'll tell you what, I'm not going to sit around and be in a relationship that somebody else isn't in. You know what I'm saying? That we can't meet in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Or we can't compromise. We can't have fun. There's no romance. There's no spontaneity. There's a bunch of shit, a bunch of obstacles in the way. That's one thing about my wife and our relationship. Even though there are some, we took a lot of obstacles out of the way, like a lot of them, like a whole bunch of them. People in the DMs, exes, all kinds of shit went by the fucking wayside. All kinds of shit we just dropped. We dropped certain eating habits, everything. And it works like a fucking charm. And I'm super stoked. I'm really happy. And thank you, Mr. Yandel, for giving me the idea to create a garden. I do grow some things from time to time also. So I'm pretty anxious to maybe go down to Home Depot and see what I can find that I can get for my wife, that I can get for myself to give my wife. Because I think that, like I said, you give a woman flowers and, it melts her heart. And if you can melt a woman's heart, you'll keep her forever. But you got to do right. And that's what this portion of the program is about, is really about doing right by the person that you're with. You got to do right by people, man. And I know there's a lot of temptation. There's fucking scantily clad Instagram models. There's naked porn bitches on fucking Twitter, everywhere you look. People on, all these social media platforms half dressed and, made up like they're these people, these fake people that really don't exist. We're all chasing that, and we just have to learn how to accept that for what it is, which is fantasy. And I don't want that. I mean, honestly speaking, all these, I'm a bad bitch. I don't want that. I really don't want that. You know what I'm saying? My wife is a brainiac, and that's what I'm about. I'm about intelligence. I'm about somebody who has some intelligence. You know what I mean? So step your intelligence game up. Both parties, men and women, step it up, y'all. Care about each other. Do more for each other. Try and do romantic shit for your person. Like my wife, one thing she does for me, like at least once, maybe sometimes twice, 3 times a week, we take a shower together. We'll just take a shower. We can save a little bit of time, save some hot water. But while we're in the shower together, she will bathe me. She bathes me. I don't do anything. I lean up against the wall, and she washes my entire body from the head. She washes my hair from my head to my toes, man. And I'm telling you what, that woman could get my entire life for the rest of hers. For real, because, I mean, that's what men want. That's what we really want. Yeah, we want a bad bitch, but bad bitches ain't shit, man, if they ain't got no substance to them. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of fucking hollow-ass bad bitches with nothing inside of them. Nothing. My friend Ron used to call them human poodles. Nice to look at, but not too much upstairs. And don't get me wrong, it's not all of them. It's not everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's not everybody. But it's a large majority of motherfuckers. There's a lot of people out there stripping their ass down to get paid. Losing their morals for a declining dollar. You know what I'm saying? Losing their morals just to show some ass to make a little bit of money so they don't have to, do strenuous shit or work for anybody else. I'll fuck my man and his friend on OnlyFans and, earn a living that way. But to each their own. But I know for me, in order to sustain my relationship or make the absolute best relationship that I could possibly make, then I need to execute a lot of these relationship goals. And I don't need to execute them ever so often, occasionally. I need to execute them every single day. I need to hold her attention every single day, just like she holds my attention every single day. And right now, that's what it is. And we have a wonderful relationship. So shout out to you, baby. I love you. I know you're going to probably listen to the podcast later, but shout out to you, honey. But yeah, if you can, like I said, go to Lowe's or Home Depot, buy you some flowers, man. Get you a few, little flowers that don't take much to grow. Read the back of the instructions. It'll teach you how to grow them. Put it in the ground, put some water on it, some sunlight. Growth, that's what you get. But some people be fucking that up. So read the directions and follow through, man, because I'll tell you what, this really does good by relationships. This is really good for relationships. And I can see where it's good for relationships because, like I said, women love flowers. They love real flowers. They love to get flowers. And why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not be the man from time to time? Why not show a little bit of sensitivity, especially to all you hard rock knuckleheads out there thinking that you super cool with, with all your shit on, calm that shit down, bro. Calm that shit down. Show your woman that you got some tender side to you. You know what I'm saying? Show your woman that you care for her on a different level than your friends are just flaunting her around because she's sexy or whatever. I got past my wife being, good looking a long time ago. She's beautiful. She's fucking beautiful, but that's just icing on the cake for everything else that she is. Her being beautiful is just icing on the cake for her being smart, her being funny, her being compassionate, her going the extra mile for her friends and family. She's wonderful. She's a wonderful person. And her being beautiful makes her that much more wonderful, that much more beautiful. Because don't get it twisted. I've seen motherfuckers with beautiful, I've seen beautiful women. I've had beautiful women with piss poor attitudes. Piss poor. With money and everything. Piss poor attitude. Can't be with you. You know what I'm saying? Got to have a good attitude. Got to have a good mindset. So, get you some flowers, fellas. It'll work. Trust me. And with that, I think I'm going to be done here with this week's episode of the Deron Harris Podcast. Episode 40. Thank you again for tuning in, folks. I do want to thank you. I really, really do. I'd like to also thank my wife and my mother for being super supportive of me and my podcast and helping me right along. I want to thank my best friend for giving me also the encouragement and opening the door for this podcast to take place. I want to thank the owner of the station, Gentry Thomas, for giving me this spot on his station to have my party every week, so to speak, with my, the people who listen. And, of course, again, I want to thank all the people who have listened and no longer listen. I want to thank the people who have not yet listened and will listen. And I want to thank the people who are listening and continue to listen. Like it, man. Share it. And also, I have a website. You can go to www.deronharris.com. That's DERON, just like my name on the front of the podcast. Go to my website. It's kind of cool. It's got some stuff on it, but you know, it's getting ready to be revamped. So, you know, go by, take a look at it. And also, I have a YouTube channel, and it is again me, Deron Harris. I think it's Deron Harris 3111 or 111, something like that. DERONHARRIS. And yeah, log on. There's a few episodes of video episodes of my podcast, which I will probably be putting up more of those also. And there's a few shorts that I've put up and a couple of videos that I've made. So if you're anxious in checking me out or seeing what I'm about or critiquing me or telling me I suck or whatever it is you want to do, you can log on either to my website, which is DeronHarris.com, or you can log on to my social media platform, YouTube, and search for Deron Harris that way. Or you can also still always catch me on Facebook, and you can always catch me on Instagram. So definitely check me out. Thanks for tuning in this week. That's going to conclude it for me for this episode of the Deron Harris Podcast. I love you all. See you next week. Peace. I'm out.